Alright, hello everybody, this is Example and I'm bringing to you my new shifting floor design for the witch farm. That is 3 levels of floors, but they all are stacked above each other, so we're not doing these at right angles to each other. They're definitely stacked above each other, and it's still giving us a 2 block high gap in between pads. So this is pretty cool. This is a neat new idea. It's still a prototype. It's still well, it's still in development really, but it's working. So I want to share this with you so that you might help me perfect it. Anyway, let's just take a quick look at this. Let's take a closer look. So here we go, got some witches spawning right there and they're falling through. And just to show you for sure that we are 2 blocks, there we go. You can see there's 2 blocks in between the spawn pads, and there's 3 spawn pads. The third one is up there. So that is all legit, and they're all facing the same way, and the size of the whole machine isn't very large. It's not very large at all, so we've just gone right around it. So there we go, not too bad. But yeah, so we're gonna quickly take a look at this in creative, I think, and we're probably gonna go and build a couple of these in slow-mo so you can see what's up there. But let's see if we can just break this open a little bit so we can see inside. Okay, so now that we've got this open, we can take a better look at the guts, see what's inside. It's a different way of doing things, I think, and this is probably going to help us out a lot in the future. So let's see if I can just break those 2 blocks out of the way. There we go. How it works, let's see. Let's grab this floor here. So when a mob it hits that tripwire there, it sort of turns off this torch, a redstone torch right here. Let's turn the cursor back on. This torch here it turns off, which will then depower this comparator, which is powering this block, which is stopping this item from heading in this direction. And what that will do is it will allow this comparator here to turn on and off. So when the item goes backwards and forwards in here, it'll turn this comparator on and off, which will then sort of pulse this dropper on and off at the same time. So this item inside here will go backwards and forwards, because when it goes into this hopper, the hopper's facing back into the dropper, and so it'll just ping pong backwards and forwards in there. And that will then also turn this comparator on and off, which will push the piston that way, sort of make the piston open and close. So that's pretty much that side. Let's go to the other side. On this side we've got a similar setup. We've got the redstone torch, which is powering the comparator, which is powering this block, which is stopping this item from going backwards and forwards. And when it is freed up to go backwards and forwards, it will send a signal through this block into this comparator, which will then get powered on and off, which will power this one. And it will also then allow this block to pass backwards and forwards between here, and it will send a signal through this block into this comparator. So now we're going back in this direction, and then into this one, and then into the piston, which will open and close that piston. So in having 4 comparators on this side here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a total of 2 on this side, because that's 1 and 2, we managed to get the timing to work okay to get the floor shifting backwards and forwards. But what's really cool about this design is that we can redirect this hopper clock. So previously we kind of had to put another block up here, and then that would interfere in making this really compact. But now we can squeeze everything down. Now, getting to the floor of this design, what happens is that because we have a tripwire hook here, if a witch spawns on this block, like see how I'm walking along this block right now, it will not trigger the tripwires. This is the only flaw in this whole system. Now, I could remove this row of blocks and place in glass instead, and that would fix that problem altogether. But I kind of really wanted to utilize the full spawn area of the witch huts. Alright, so let's not delay, let's go into creative and see how we can build one of these. Alrighty, so we found a witch hut in the middle of a swamp biome, and I've just marked out where the spawnable areas are going to be. So these are the three floors we're going to look at. So to find these, what you're looking at is on the top layer here of the witch hut, on the very corner here on the back, we can place a block on top like so, and no, like so, and that is the pretty much all this area in here is the spawnable area for a witch, and on top of that block a witch will spawn. So we're going to fill all that in later, but just before we do, we are just going to continue explaining a little bit more here. And then the second layer is just 2 blocks below that, all the way out here and all the way out to the balcony area here. So we come all the way out here, so we go pretty much 1 block beyond the roof, because all this area in here is spawnable, which is spawn. All right, so then the bottom layer, or the bottom layer, is 2 blocks below that again. So we start here and also go all the way to here. And if that makes sense, we can we've now mapped out kind of whereabouts our floors are going to be. So the next step would be to condition this whole area. Now I'm not going to spend time doing this, so I am going to make it disappear. Alright, a little bit something like that. So we just cleared out this area, and we got witches spawning on top of there. That's good. Right, so now we can get onto the tutorial. So what we need to do now is to build the spawn pads, and then start building in all the redstone. Let's go. Alright, there we go. So that's showing us that we've got witches that can spawn on that top floor. So let's continue on and build the lower floors. So that's good. Alright, so you should have something that looks a little bit like that. Now we need to place our pistons. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. We have, at the moment, the way the witch hut was orientated. This part here was the porch area, so you'd go up the stairs and go into the hut this way, and so this is the longest side. What we need to do is we need to mark out where our pistons are going to go. Now, there are 2 blocks here like that before the piston pushes it back, so we're going to do this. Now these 2 blocks here are needed to kind of escape the tripwire hook, causing a sort of like a butt effect on that piston, and also locking it. So we need 2 blocks there, and on top of those 2 blocks we will end up placing 2 half slabs like that, so nothing can spawn on those 2 blocks. So moving on, what we need to do is we need to, let's just put a block there temporarily, place blocks along like this, and we need to carry our pistons all the way across. So let's do that. Oh, come on. I have better luck in survival. Creative is a bit crazy sometimes, I find. Here we go. Pistons all the way along there like that. And I guess we'll just use the wall for now. I mean, is it going to cause us problem? Oh, actually, no, we can't do that. This block here has to be solid. This is going to be part of our spawn floor once it gets pushed that way. This block here can be anything we like. It can be glass or a half slab. Let's actually use glass, because I think, no, let's use the orange wall, because it'll sort of tell us that it's different. It's kind of just a block to push everything else across. Okay, there we go. Bit of a lockup, and we'll place those blocks in there like that, and then the half slabs on top like so, all the way across like this. Yep. Okay, so now coming into this piston, we're going to need to place some comparators. So we're going to do that so the power goes through it into the piston. Now on the other side of this, we're going to do our cool little just temporary blocks here for now. Little extender, hyperclock extender, I don't know what do you call it, dog leg, I don't know, I'm not sure. So we have a dropper here facing towards us, and then we're going to place a hopper going into that. So if we place an item inside here, if it's powered, it'll push into this hopper, it'll put a signal through here into that piston. Alright, pretty simple so far. Now, we next do, let's put 2 hoppers facing into each other like so, like that, just above that piston there, and then coming out of that we need a comparator in that direction there, and that's going to send power from here into this, which will push it, the item into here, which will power that, which will push that. Alright, so we need to place a half slab here, we need a block here, we can't have a full one. If we have a full one, it'll lock the dropper beside it when it gets power pushed into it, and we can't have that, so we have a half slab there, and we kind of need that there too. So we're going to place the droppers all the way across here now, like this. Alright, and then our hoppers facing into those, hold down shift, remember, to get them to join, and then half slabs all the way across, whoopsies, all the way across here like this. And of course the comparators. Right, now we need to place the rest of these hoppers in, and the best way to do it really, I think, is just to place some blocks down here temporarily, and then just push those, push those hoppers into there, and then come around the other side, break those blocks and join the hoppers together. Oh, I feel like I'm rambling. Alright, then they should be all joined together like that. Now, before I put any items in there, we'll do that once everything else is hooked up. Okay, now let's head on back over to the side we started on. We need to now do the string bit. Well, what I mean by the string bit is the tripwire hook and the string, which goes across here like that. Now, coming out of there, we've got a redstone torch, and then we've got a comparator on top of this hopper, and that is going into a full block like that, which becomes this block down here, and that should be fine. So we can actually place an item in here now, I believe. No, it's pushed it over. Yep, okay, let's reset that. I'm not ready for that yet. Alright, so we kind of need to do this to the rest of it now. So we're going to place blocks all the way along here like this. And then we're going to place the comparators all the way across here like this. Yep. And we're going to place our block of quartz all the way along here like this. And our torches along like that. That is awesome. Now, this is kind of where we do actually need to place an item in here. What's going to happen now though is this was the original corner, so let's actually place that orange wall back there. Okay, so we marked that out before the orange wall. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, for a minute I thought I made a blunder, but yeah, a witch can spawn on that block there and all the way across there, so that is fine. I had no other mobs spawn. Just had to test it quickly. I thought I was losing my mind. Alright, so we've done that bit, and we're doing the part which has now got the tripwire hook on it, so we're going to just leave that for now. We're going to come across the other side here. So what I was trying to say was, this is the orange piece of wall, this is where the original corner was, and we placed this block here. And the reason why we've done that is once this system is armed, let's actually just do that now. So we place in an item there. Oh, there's already an item in there. What? Alright, so place an item in there, and it pushes the piston over like that. So the white block that we had underneath here is now part of our spawn floor. Now, if we look over here, this is where the old floor was. Sorry, the corner was. The corner was here. It is now here. This here is also going to be a spawnable block, but it is also going to be underneath a half slab. All right. Right. So once that block gets pushed back, it becomes our spawn floor again. So let's replace that back with our white block. There we go. All right. So let's just go ahead now and put a piece of something in each one of these, because we need to do that. It gets a lot more difficult later on to try and do this after. And let's go all the way through here. All right. So what didn't happen was that didn't trigger because we don't have an item in here or in here, which we need. An item in here, an item in there, one in there. Make sure you place just one item in these. If you place more than one, it will not work. There's one in there already. Alright, and I kind of really need that to trigger. But as you can see, that's what's supposed to happen. Alright, so let's place that back. And the same should happen with all of these. Alright, let's get out of the way. Sorry about that. No, you're still in my way. Get out, move. Alright, so, oh. All I'm trying to do is update those pistons. Get out of the way, please. Alright, so now they should all be pushed out, so that's fine. Alright, now, like I said before, the half slab's there to stop mobs from spawning on top. So let's do this. There we go, perfect. Okay, so let's count the blocks. We can only push 12, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So this is the last block we can push. Alright, so we're going to place a block on top of that like that, and then half slabs on top of that, so nothing can spawn on top of that. But alright, so that's pretty good. So hopefully we've done this right. Then the other piston is going to go these back. So this one piston should be right there like that. This is actually going to push them back, and it's going to be close. The default is going to be in the opposite direction. Alright, got to place pistons all the way along here like this. Hopefully that's in the right place. There we go. So these are going to push the shifting floor back that way. Now normally when this piston, when the machine stopped working, all these blocks will actually be snug up against this block here, but because we've placed items in here already, it's pushed it this way, if that kind of makes sense. Alright, so now on this side we need to work out where things are going to go. I believe this is part of the problem where I kind of need help to sort of make this work a little bit better, because I kind of the problem we have is if there's a tripwire hook here and one here, if a mob spawns here and here, they're not going to actually trip the tripwire. So that's the main problem with this machine. But anyway, this is where this block goes, and we've got a redstone torch right there like that. Now that redstone torch is going to let's see, we have let's just place a block down here. Nope, actually the hoppers go like this. Alright, so the hoppers go like that, and I wasn't sure why did I do that. Oh yeah, right, that's fine, that's why I did that. Okay, and then we've got a comparator coming in here like this, going on top of that, and then we have a solid block here and another one there, and we have underneath here we have two blocks like this, and this is pretty much to send the signal back this way. So these two blocks here are going to be end up being part of the next layer, but I'm going to put them there for now because this comparator powers that block and stops the item I'm about to place in here from going backwards and forwards. Right, so these two comparators push the piston back that way, and on the other end of that we have we have a solid block right there like that. Okay, then we have our okay, do a 3-block thing again. So we have a hopper facing this way, joining into, oh, I just broke it, into a dropper. So the dropper is there, and the hopper is facing into it like that. So if we place an item inside here, once it's powered, it'll go into here, it'll push power through this block into these two comparators, which will push it that way. Alright, that's pretty good. Right, so carrying on, we need to get power out of here now, this way, so we're going to have to place a block right there like that. That's going to allow us to get the signal out from this side, so we're going to place a comparator here, and then one more there like that, and then we're going to place a half slab there like that, and as you saw, it just pushed everything back this way, which is fine. That's exactly right. That's exactly how we want it to look once we've connected everything up. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to hook up the tripwire, and then I will do this in fast forward mode. Let's place these ladies are in the way, man. They're in the way. And I'll do some fast forward so that we won't be here all night. Come on, get out the way. This should then start working. And it doesn't, because I don't have... I don't have an item in here. I do. So that should start... Oh, because of course the witch is right there. So if I jump in, if I can... There we go. The floor is shifting. And the witch is... Oh, I'm falling. The witch is standing there because it's in between two slabs. Okay. So this is my point. This whole thing is totally awesome apart from that block there and that block there. It's just doesn't quite work. Anyway, let's carry on and finish building this. Right, so I'm going to go ahead now and build the other two levels, and actually I'll start doing this with you because it's kind of so you can see where you can sort of piggyback on the back of the one you've already built here. So for example, this block here is used by the next layer. So let's have a look at this again. This is where we're going to push. This is our floor which we're pushing. So let's go grab our, hang on, let's grab our orange and wall back again for a second. So before we placed orange wall down, so let's do that now. That's the orange wall that goes on there like that. And these are the half slabs which we placed on top. These go down there like this. And then the witch gets in the way. Yeah. I'm going to go over here instead. Okay, so the piston then is going to go not there. Let's do this again. There we go. The pistons are going to go there like that. And that's sort of a valid point. The reason why we don't actually have piston on top of here is because it's powered. And the reason why we can't place one right here is because this redstone torch is going to power it. So, if there was a way to get around this redstone torch problem, and you know, they didn't have something that updated that piston, we should be able to make this a little bit better. Alright, so there we go. That's like that, and then we have the comparator going into there like that. As you can see, it's mirrored down there. And then we have the crazy little extension thing, what's it, that I'm using, the dropper into the hopper thing. Like this. An item in there. Alright, like that. And we have a half slab on top of that, and we have our comparator on top of that, and then we have the little hopper clock thing that goes on here like this. Oop. Like that, and if we place an item in there now, that piston is going to go nuts. There we go, let's do that. Right, and then where did I put that? We need to place a block there like that, and we're going to have the tripwire hook there, and we're going to have the redstone torch there. We're going to have a comparator on top of this, and then a block here like that. That's pretty much it. And then you would have your ceiling. So your ceiling would go on top of this block, and of course you do the big huge ceiling on top of that. So that's that side pretty much done, and you just need to copy that all the way across here like we've done on the bottom layer, and that side will be done completely. Let's go over this side here. This one here is exactly the same as we've done down the bottom. So we've got two comparators coming this way on top of those blocks, so it's mirrored down here like that. And that is going directly into our piston, which is there like that, right? And we need our orange wall back, because this is a block which nothing is going to spawn on. Oh, hang on. I forgot to place the white block in there first. Well, that's my bad. It's okay, we can edit on this end. I'm telling you, I'm having such trouble with this tutorial. It's not normal. It's kind of complicated, this one, and I'm sort of mucking it up. There we go. So that goes on there like that. So once that pushes back, it'll sort itself out. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those white blocks. That's fine. Alright, so let's do the same here. Let's place the white blocks in here because I've done the same on the top layer as well. And then the orange wall, like so. Good. Alright, so the piston there, of course, going into that, that's that done. And then coming out the other side, we have a solid block here, and then we have our awesome little hopper clock extender thingy majigger. I still haven't really worked out how to do this properly. Okay, there we go, like that. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. That should do it. Okay, hopefully I put that in the right place. Yeah, that looks like it's in the right place. So we place one item in there, and it will send a signal through this block that way. Okay, cool. Then I'm all over the place. A comparator there, one there like that, and a half slab over there, and that sorts that bit out. And then we have a solid block here, and then we have a hopper clock, which is here like this. Cool. And then we have over here, alright, our hard drive just decided to fill up and we've had to switch drive, so we have placed a block here like this, and then we have a tripwire hook there like that. On the other side of that we've got a redstone torch, and then we've got a comparator coming out here this way into a block like so. And then if we place an item inside here, that should push the floor back like it just did. There we go. That's that one done. Now the final layer, we need to place a block here like this. So we've got two blocks here like that. We've got the comparators facing in that direction, which will be going into this piston there. That will return that floor back that way. And then on the back of that we have a block. And then we've got our little clock extension like so. Yep. And we've got a half slab on that, a comparator on top of that, and another comparator there. And then we've got a block there, and then we've got a hopper clock which goes on top of that piston like so. Then do we have an item in that one? Must have, because it worked. Yep. Don't have an item in this one yet. Place an item in there, and if we place an item in here, it's going to start going backwards and forwards. Yep. We need to place a block here like this, a comparator on top of that, and then we need to put a block here like this, and then a redstone torch that'll turn it off, and this is where our last tripwire hook goes. So you should have something that looks like that. Now this video is a little bit disjointed, sorry about that. It's quite a difficult one to sort of build and to remember where everything goes. However, I think we've done all right so far. Okay, so I just need to finish that off and copy those across, all the way across for all the layers, and then we'll get on to building the roof, and then tidying up around the outside so that the light from these torches don't spill onto the spawn floor. Okay, that's that side done. Finally. A few little mistakes on the way there, but there we go. That's that side done there like that. And on the top of the side here, what we need to do, this is going to be our roof, so we don't have to worry about this block here. But these ones here, it would be best just to half slab along here like this, and then out over the top of these comparators, and then actually over the top of this last half slab, because you don't want any items falling in there whatsoever. Especially down here, you don't want anything falling in there. That would be a big problem for sure. Also over here, I would also suggest that you half slab all the way along here like this, and all the way like this to the end. That's going to stop mobs from spawning and items falling in, and the same down here like this. Got to do this here as well, like so. Oops, one too many. There we go, like that. That is that done on that side. That is perfect. Let's head on over the side and finish this one. Okay, there we go. That's all of them wired up and ready to go. They all seem to be working. The only way I'm ready to test it is to jump in there and make sure everything's going. If you've made a mistake, you've likely left out a block in the hoppers, or the sort of hopper clock extender, which is this bit over here, and one of these. So you've either left one item out, or you've got too many in there. So if you've dropped some items in here by accident, that can also stuff things up. Or you've left out comparators like I did on many occasions, which are these ones here. Don't leave those out. They're really hard to get in there once you've done it. So once again, like we did on this side, what we need to do is we need to cover over these parts here so nothing can spawn, but also so that things don't drop in there. You do not want extra items dropping in your machine, because it's too hard to get in there and fix it. So we do this just to make sure we don't do that sort of thing. And when I was building mine in survival, I actually did this while I was going, because I knew that would happen, and I saved myself a lot of problems. I did actually lose some items in there, and I had to sort of work out where they went, but that actually really helps out a lot. Okay, that's that. Now we're going to get on to the roof. Okay, so for the roof, we are going to go from here, this block here, which is that, out 15 this way. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think that's right. Might have gone a bit too far. And the same for this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And do the rest for this. Do the same for all the other corners. And then we're going to join this bit up like this. And this same here. And what we need to do is we just need to sort of bring this over and fill all this in. Now I'm going to do this off camera. It's going to take too long to do this whilst you're watching. And then I'm going to half slab the top of it. And the reason I'm going to do that is to stop mobs from spawning on top, because these are now solid blocks which mobs can spawn on, and we don't want that, right? Right. So I'm just going to do this for the rest of it, and then I will half slab it, and I'll get back when I'm done. Alright, and there we go. The roof is on, and the mobs are there, and they're dropping, but once again we have that problem where they are standing by the tripwire hooks and not actually dropping through, but once they move off there, they are gone. But man, what a ton of witches. Oh, you're one of those, huh? You got a magic flying carpet. Alright, so what I need to do now is to get some glass, and what glass should I use? So use white, yes, white. And we need to place glass around here, because the witches will walk off here. I don't know why that happens. Sometimes you just get one of those mobs which just stays on there forever and they just don't fall down. We need glass around there like that. Do I need it there? No, not right there. Alright, see you later. Finally gone. Don't need a piece there because I need to place a solid block there. Now as you can see, there's still light spilling out onto the floors here. And I think it's block light. Yeah, so it's 3. It's not 0 yet. That canopy on there should make it 0, but we're getting spill from the redstone torches. So we'll deal with that in a second. Now I want to leave a 1 high gap here. It's not necessary, I believe, but I'm going to do it anyway. Put glass here on floor level, like so, and then below that we're going to run another. We're going to put another row of glass, and then the same thing goes with this layer here. You can fully enclose it in glass if you like. It may help. I have found that I used to have half slabs on mine, and the witches used to glitch through the half slabs, so that's what I'm going to go for this. And then along the bottom here like that, and that should stop them from glitching out the sides. So we do that to the other side as well. Okay, now we need to cover up these redstone torches. Now what I did is I pretty much just run blocks down like this, all the way up like so, and then as you can see, the light has now gone to block light 0. And to be sure that I got rid of it all, I just pretty much, well, I guess I went to there, pretty much covered over everything that was red and glowy with solid blocks like this. So pretty much just enclosed the sides like so, like that, and that got rid of all the leftover spill light. So let's just go do that to the other side as well, and this part over here. I forgot to add in the half slabs which go on top of that row there. That is important because we're still getting light spill through, so there's got to be half slabs here like this, and that cuts that light off. So I need to do that. Gosh, that's another mistake I made. So you definitely have to have half slabs here, have to, otherwise that light goes through. Right, to the other side. Do the same. Where are we? Okay, the bottom one is right. That one is all right. Even though it looks like there's light there, it is actually okay. It does say block light 0, which is a bit weird. No. Okay, better. Let's finish the other side. Okay, and everything's gone to plan. You should have something that's like that and is pretty darn efficient, I'd say. Yeah, just those couple things which we need to fix, and it should be good to go. However, I haven't really had too much trouble with it. They do stay around there for a bit and do sort of muck up, you know, spawn rates a bit, but really, in the end, they do disappear. They either despawn or they walk across and then get caught, or another witch spawns and then pushes them off, and down they go. So that's pretty much it. That's my tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been pretty crazy and a bit difficult to build, I know, but hopefully you get the idea. And right now we've got one of those sort of magic witches which sort of stand on the edge there and don't fall down. Sort of they float. I don't know why they do that. It's definitely going fast enough, this floor. So I'll catch you next time anyway, and if you've got any, well, if there's any way that we can improve this, let me know. I'll make this as a download so you can grab it and have a play. If you make any changes and make it even more awesome than it is now, can you please let me know, because I really would like to see this sort of work a lot better than this. And this is the problem we've got The witches just stand there like that on the edge there and just don't fall down.